Hey there, welcome to another episode of Barely Handy. I'll be your host for now, Jeff. Today I'm going to be flushing out my radiator, putting in new radiator fluid, and then later on we'll be doing some weather stripping for the garage, some simple basic stuff that anybody can do. And I won't bore you with the whole process. I'm going to, each step I'll film what I'm doing, and then I'll, move on from there. So the two different things in one episode: radiator flush, garage weather stripping once Theo gets here, and we'll get you guys taken care of. So a couple things you need to do when you're flushing out your radiator is you need to find your reservoir tank, which is right here. It says warning, read manual. That's what the symbols mean. And then the other thing you need to find is the drain, which will be on the bottom of the radiator. I need to lift my car in the air first before I do any of that, so I can get the radiator fluid taken out. And then we'll come back after the car's lifted, and then I'll be under the car showing you the drain valve. It's a different place in the different cars, but I'll show you guys on mine at least. Alright, some cars have a plastic engine shroud, and you're going to have to remove that first. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll get to the radiator drain. I'll show you that when we get there, so see you in a couple seconds. I'm trying to get the camera angle on it, it's hard to see. Alright, there it is. That's the drain valve. I'm going to go ahead and twist that. Both my hands are full so I can have the light on and the camera on it, so I'm going to go ahead and drain that real quick, and then you guys will see it draining. Alright, I finally got the Pepcock valve open. I had to, because of its position, I had to actually cut a little notch in there so I can get a flathead screwdriver in there to turn it all the way. Took some doing, but I got it done, and now I gotta let it sit here and drain for a little bit. Your miles may vary with your drain valve, so just if you want to use some ingenuity like I did to get it open, do it at your own risk, but I had a feeling this plastic would be strong enough to maintain the pressure of a screwdriver spinning. But yeah, just sit here and let it drain, and then flush it out, and then drain it again, and flush it out, and then put the new stuff in. When I get to each step, I'll show you guys, what I'm doing. But for now, we gotta sit here and let it drain. A handy tip to help make this a little bit cleaner looking, at least drip a little bit more smoothly instead of splashing all over. You could put a piece of rubber tubing or rubber piping on there, make it a nice little flow instead of splashing all over. It's a possibility you could do that. I don't have any available, otherwise I would have done that. Alright, so I forgot to record refilling it. Not that it matters, it's just filling up a reservoir. But we're on drain number 2. Draining out the fluid. Again, I filled it up with a regular purified water. I don't have distilled water, which would be the best, ideal. But put purified water in, which is close enough. And we're draining it out again after letting the engine run for 10 minutes to cycle through a little bit. Try and flush out more of the old radiator fluid. Alright, well, I'm going to let this drip, and I'll get back to you when it's done. Alright, the next step is to add the radiator flush. We got this Blue Devil radiator flush. Blah, 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 blah. Close drain lock, which is what I did. Add Blue Devil radiator flush, which is what I'm doing. Top off with water while the motor is running. Alright, so go ahead and turn the motor on, fill her up. Check the Pepcock, make sure it's not draining. Looks good. I'm going to add some water. Topped off. Watch fluid level while it's going. See air bubbles coming out. Well, it's filling up the system. Alright, the next step is to drain out the cleaner after I let the engine run for 10 minutes. And then we gotta flush the cleaner out with water until the cleaner's all gone. So I'm gonna get my ass in here. Use it. Oh god, the camera's in the worst place possible. That's okay, I'll figure it out. Sorry, my head's in the way. And I can open the lid so air can flow through it. And then I'll start draining. There you go. Well, I'll get back to you guys when I'm done draining. Done cycling out all the cleaner. Thanks. All right, all the water's drained out. Looks like I flushed about 4 gallons. 4 gallons of water through, so it should be good, I think. If not, then whatever's left should be fine. It shouldn't hurt it too much if it does at all. I doubt it. Yeah, so I closed the Pepcock valve, the drain plug, whatever you want to call it. Multiple different names. Like I said before, make sure you check how it operates for your vehicle. It might be a twist to drain or pull to drain. To be honest, I'm not sure what mine is. Mine's like a combination of both. So the next step is for me to add engine coolant. The reservoir is completely empty. The radiator's empty. So you got to add a complete required amount, which make sure you do your research on this and then also observe while you're doing this process. So we'll add some O'Reilly brand antifreeze and coolant up until it's orange. It's orange mix ready to go. It's what's recommended. Always use what's recommended for your vehicle by the manufacturer. I'm gonna put in a gallon, and then the second gallon I'll be observing as it fills how much is in the tank. All right, so I put the engine coolant in. It looks good. It's I ran it for a couple of seconds to get more bubbles out of the system with the pump and the fan clutch and all that stuff. So now all I have to do is I have to put everything back together and dispose of my waste. So make sure you guys follow your local policies and procedures for disposing of engine coolant. It may vary widely based on your area. And I'm just going to button everything up. Everything looks good. I'll give it a test drive, give it a car wash, and then I'll be back after that. All right, well, test drive is done. Car wash is done. Car looks great. There's no signs of any leaks. Engine runs perfectly fine. Next up for my car, brakes and rotors I'm gonna change out. Probably do those myself, show you guys how to do them. They're pretty simple, pretty easy. And then maybe around the same time I got to change my tires. I don't know if I'm going to do that myself. I don't have a tire, I don't have a tool specifically for putting a tire on the rim, but you know, there's ways to do it without a proper tool. Only thing I wouldn't have is a balancer, which I could also get done too. I don't know, we'll see how things progress. That'll be a month or two from now. So the next thing you're going to see on this video is when Theo, Ted, Theodore, Teddy, whatever you want to call him, my brother, shows up, and we're gonna put some seals on these garage doors, because these are the ones that have just about had it, and it'll prevent more dirt, like as you can see there on the ground, and stuff, debris and water and anything else from getting inside the garage. So we'll get that done, and I'll show you how we do it. All right, Ted's back from his vacation to West Virginia. How was it, Teddy?
Hilly.
Not mountainy, just hilly?
Hilly.
All right, the first things we're going to be doing is tearing off the old weather stripping you can see above behind me, and cleaning up the floor. It's not going to be a perfectly flat surface because our concrete pads are correct, but we'll make it as best we can with what we got. All right, so we got the rail mounted on the bottom of the door, and the next step is going to be to guide this gasket through it. That'll provide the seal against the floor seal, which is in this package right next to it. Show as much as I can, but we're both working on it, so we'll do what I can step by step or final product. All right, we got the strips installed. This is what they look like on the track now, and this is what they look like with just the strip with the door closed. Looks like a pretty good seal, but we're going to make it better by adding that floor seal. Alright, we're done with putting the new weather stripping on the garage. There's the top, there's the bottom seal, and then close the garage door. It'll line up nice and perfectly. Boom. Just like that. No water leaks into the garage. Less dirt, less water, less bugs. And while I was at it, I straightened out this post. As you can see, this is the original line, and we bumped it out a few inches, about 6 inches to be honest. Now that side of the garage is relatively straight. And well, that's it for this video. Stay tuned for our next week's project to be building a deck.